I'm shifting the power from women back to men.
I'm shifting the power from women back to men.
Because we've been focusing our binoculars on the issue of discrimination against women.
I'll never forget this. He said, if she starts hitting you again, you better get out of there fast, because if she just breaks a fingernail trying to hit you, we'll arrest you. A caller called my show one day and said that he was paying child support for a child that wasn't his.
A caller called my show one day and said that he was paying child support for a child that wasn't his.
Because women have the power. Women generally decide when there's going to be some kind of physical activity, and so men spend all their time and money trying to figure out when that's going to happen. And I try to get them to spend less time and less money and keep active. He says he's an unabashed supporter of men and a worshiper of women. His radio program, the Leykis show, has developed some famous trademark bits. A caller called my show one day and said that he was paying child support for a child that wasn't his.
So do you really think that all men think like you and they're just afraid to say what they think?
All men think like me. All men think like me. Is that true, guys?
Probably most men in Western society anyway, the way things have been going the past 30 or 40 years. But Tom Leykis is a symptom of a society that craves for people to tell them the truth on many issues. And he was actually a broadcaster in my home city in near Detroit, Michigan. And I used to listen to him since like 1997 or so. Well, I was pretty young, and the topics he was discussing, if you discussed those things back then, you would be considered somebody that has an irrational phobia of women or something. This, in any criticism of females or relationships or the system, he's not criticizing females. It's a system that's screwing everyone up. The political system, financial system, and everything. So when somebody says they hate women, no, they don't hate women. They hate the entire system. But people love to attach to that hate because it gets them emotional. They love it. They love to attack people. They say they love peace and understanding. You often hear people say that, but then they attack people they don't like, especially that topic. But anyway, here, let's keep continuing. This is all men's rights activists and feminism. You can read this.
I could just say, yes, you're right. Men are the enemy. No problem. I couldn't. I absolutely couldn't.
Yeah.
We were watching
Former feminist.
What is Leykis 101? Leykis 101 is a course I started teaching on the radio. It began, actually, not as a course on the radio. It began as conversations we were having in the control room with our screener, Mike Dooley, who was going out with women, and he would come back after a date. He would say, I took this woman out to a really nice dinner, and then we went to the Hollywood Hills, and we looked out over the horizon, and we had drinks, and nothing happened. It is. False accusations.
Yeah, false accusations. Men's health. Men kill themselves like crazy.
Statistics that we don't hear about.
Yeah. Nobody cares about a male cry.
Psychology, our cognitive processes and decision making.
And almost none of them talk about nutritional psychology. Almost none of this, the counselors, everything is segmented.
But they appear to be better.
Mind is separate from the body,
Our relationship with our
dentistry,
body
everything.
Our relationship with food. So this field is loaded.
Virtually everything is acute based in this system. It's like a conveyor belt factory. But anyway, the recap is men's rights came about as a counter to Marxist feminism. And I would say Tom Leykis made it popular. He did. But he never talked about nutritional psychology, which originated from orthomolecular medicine, and it's still virtually unknown as an analysis and treatment method in purely psychological concepts like counseling and explanations of why there's so much conflict in the world. Remember, we're people. We're not robots. We're not solid objects. Anyway, again, Tom Leykis is a shock jock. He does it for ratings, right? He does a lot of controversial things for ratings. That's any good marketing word.
Southern Poverty Law Center has classified that group and men's rights groups as
of course.
And this is the way people who don't want women to talk about issues try to shut us up.
And there's many issues they don't want us talking about. The system. Like orthomolecular medicine and nutrition are the foundations of various terms. Nutritional psychology, integrative medicine, and many others.
The medical profession has been very hostile
of course.
toward orthomolecular medicine.
Yep. It's a big
Especially
system.
the psychiatric profession.
Profit
Do you
motive
really
system.
think that all men think like you and they're just afraid to say what they think?
All men think like me. All men think like me. Is that true, guys? Most of the discrimination is faced by men. The fact of the matter is men are suffering.
It was a 15-year-old boy, it was a 35-year-old woman, and she
Yeah, of
was
course.
like child support
Oh, yeah.
from this boy that she raped.
Terrible.
As far as I'm concerned, I created this whole idea of men being in power, men being in control, men not putting up with women's shit. I never gave it a name.
I mean, yeah, you made it.
So why is everyone so conflict-oriented in this society? Why don't we explain that, which I'm trying to do here? Because it doesn't make money. It doesn't make so much money in the short term, right? This is why there's counselors, dentists, cardiologists, everything, all these specialists. It's all a factory. Life is a factory now.
There's no doubt. Yeah, I've been talking about this
Big,
for 20
huge,
years.
ugly system.
There's a lot that goes into it. Is it food,
Yep.
supplements? Mental health is an extremely broad term as well. So when
Yep.
you think about their overlap,
Yep.
there's a lot of dimensions. I always think about three. The first is nutrients for brain health. Vitamins, minerals, macronutrients, all the nutrition that is utilized by the brain for optimal functioning.
Yep.
Number two is gut health. We know that the gut and brain
Yep.
communicate bidirectionally through
Yep.
multiple pathways. The nervous
Yep.
system, the immune system, the vagus nerve, so much more. And then the third is how
We are doing an orthomolecular
Yep.
psychiatry and orthomolecular
This is
medicine.
the real stuff.
We're going back to physiology and biochemistry
Yep.
rather than pharmacology. We assume that the body has the ability to heal itself if given half a chance, and the way that happens is by supplying the body with what it needs and trying to remove things that are toxic to it.
Anyway, to recap, Tom Leykis is one of the original founders of men's rights movements, but in a shock jock fashion. Like I said, if you listen to some of his broadcasts, you would easily call him a hater or something, but you got to realize most of it is for entertainment. And it's a good way to reach people. Number two, virtually no rights movement of any type explain why so many people are fighting. Number three, a large reason why society is so fragmented and confrontational is due to the food supply and confusion surrounding obtaining individualized cell nutritional assistance. Number four, merely psychological explanations based on separating the mind and the body is one of the main problems. Number five, integrative individualized cell nutritional analysis like a botanist does for a plant would alleviate most societal problems. And there's more to it, but you can rewatch these parts, and look more in the videos on my website. And remember, I have a bottom free symptom measure tool there. No obligation. Check it out. And if you like what I'm doing here, like and subscribe.